Hello and welcome to The Learning Curve, where we're talking to students from around the university about how they're adjusting to virtual learning due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. My name's Nathan Brennan, and I am joined here by Brooklynn Goodworth. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, would you mind introducing yourself, your year, your major?
Sure. So my name is Brooklyn. I'm a senior this year, and I'm an accounting and finance major, and I'm also doing a minor in sociology.
So now that we're here at the midterm of the semester, how have your classes been going so far? Do you have any in-person components, or are you all virtual?
I do not have any in-person components. So I'm taking 5 classes. I have 3 that have scheduled Zoom meetings and then 2 that are asynchronous. So I enjoy having the Zoom meetings mostly just because I feel like those classes give more structure versus the asynchronous classes. So I do enjoy the Zoom classes. And while it's difficult to do the virtual learning, I feel like it's getting easier, especially since last semester, the end of the semester, we did it. And it's kind of just that this is the new normal now. So, I don't know. I'm disappointed that next semester is going to be like this, but I think that I'm definitely having an easier time adjusting to everything being online because my job at home is also, I work remotely all online, and then I'm only in the honors office 1 day a week, and then I work remotely for here most of the time too. So a lot of my life has switched to being virtual and online. So now it's getting a little bit easier to manage everything. But
has it just been a matter of time of adjusting, or like in what ways have you adjusted to, because you've had synchronous and asynchronous classes? How have you adapted to that this semester?
So I kind of do my Zoom classes every day, and then I kind of every week I kind of make a schedule for the week, all the assignments I have to do, all the work I have to do, and I kind of plan it out by each day. So like if I'm going to do my Zoom classes one day, then Tuesdays, Thursdays, I usually focus on my asynchronous classes because I don't have any Zoom classes those days. So each week I just kind of figure out what all I have to do, and then kind of just try to figure out the best way to manage my time to get everything done. So I'm like a very organized person. I love to have planners. I love to have calendars. So I always have lists of everything I need to do. And I'd like to think I'm pretty good at time management and organizing things to get them all done. So
I'm sure that those skills help you in your job as a staff member of the honors office. So what I wanted to ask, how is working for the office as well as the honors program overall, how have they adapted to the pandemic?
So it definitely was difficult at first, especially because a lot of our components of the honors program are in person. So like I am in charge of the mentoring program. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. If you are a freshman, I'm sure you probably had a mentor when you came in. So usually in the beginning of the semester, we have a big meet and greet where all the mentors meet all the incoming freshmen. So obviously we were not able to do that this semester. And at first I was like worried about, how it was going to work. But luckily all the mentors were like super helpful. We figured out how to do everything through Zoom. Even the enrichment meetings this semester are all through Zoom. And we've only had 2 so far last week. And from what I heard, it seems like they both went pretty well. But yeah, so a lot of things are just online, and it's hard. But it's also nice because even though things are difficult, a lot of honor students still are like, reaching out to us and asking us questions and figuring out ways that they can still be involved and, still like be connected to the program. So that's why we are, trying to involve everyone in any ways we can, and by having like Zoom events and, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. So for the most part, it hasn't been that difficult to try to get the honor students to stay involved in the program?
It was hard at first, but the good thing is with everything going on, a lot of people reached out to us first before us like putting an announcement about what like was going to happen with the semester. We had a lot of people reach out to like me, Dr. Solberg, Sue, about how the requirements were going to be affected. I'm still not sure what we're going to do for the next semester, since everything is looking like it's probably going to be online again, because for service hours, we were just kind of push the requirement back, and you would have until the whole year to get all 20. So I'm not really sure how that's going to be affected now. We're going to have to figure out a way to do that. But if anything, we might make it so that you have to attend more enrichment meetings, just that way, you know what I mean? You're still doing something to be in the program. And I've been trying to send out like at least weekly updates of enrichment meetings, any service opportunities that can be done, honors classes that are coming up. So I think it's gone a little bit better than I initially thought it was, because I was worried that it wasn't going to go well. But I think that especially we have 2 new staff members this semester, and having 2 new staff members completely new to this, I think everything's been going very well. Everyone's been very good at communicating with each other. And so far, I'm very happy with how everything's been going. So.
Yeah, there certainly seems to have been a learning curve at the start of the semester to try to get adjusted. But with most things, it seems that once it gets going, you're able to work it out a little bit better. So that's great to hear.
also very involved with Dr. Solberg and Sue over the summer. Usually over the summer, I do very little work for the Honors College, if any. But this summer, I definitely had to keep in contact with all of them a lot. Like we were definitely emailing, having meetings every couple weeks, preparing for the semester. So this definitely was the most involved I've had to be in planning, for the start of a new school year. But definitely because of that, it helped, everything run more smoothly. I'm sure if we would have not communicated all of summer, it would have been a nightmare coming in. So I'm very thankful for like the rest of the staff and Dr. Solberg for being like a great leader and being very adaptive and in all these times and changes. So
you seem very involved, of course, with the honors program and all your classes. So what is the importance of making sure that you stay involved, especially during this time of virtual learning?
It's just important for me to stay involved, especially now because this is my senior year. I love the honors program. I love working here. I love Edinboro. So I'm really just trying to do as much as I can, especially since it's my last year here. So I want to make like the biggest impact I can on the students in the honors program and, the other staff members, because I'm going to be passing, my duties on to them after next semester, and they're going to have to be the new me. And I've worked in the honors office since my freshman year. So I've really been here for like a long time and have really like learned all the inner and outer workings of the program. So it's like really important for me as after being here for 3 years as a senior now, and especially with everything going on, to really just finish strong here and kind of like, make sure everything's going to be in good hands when I leave. So that's really important to me because I love this program so much. And I feel like I've done a lot to help get it to where it is today. So I want it stays, to keep building in the future. So
I'm glad to see such a dedication to all your classes in the honors program. And it's good that you're very organized, because with all these things going on, it's definitely important to know exactly what you have to do on each day. However,
Exactly.
I'm sure it's pretty stressful to do that. Do you do any self-care or anything to make sure that you de-stress from some of these duties that you have to attend to?
Well, I'm very busy because I have 5 classes. I have my honors job, and then I also have a job at home that started out as an internship that they just offered me a position for when I graduate. So I work remotely full year for that job too. So it definitely is kind of hard, but I usually try to get as much done during the week, so that way my weekends I can kind of have time to relax, or even during the day, like if I have stuff I need to do, I'm like, okay, I got to get through this. Then the end of the day, I can relax. So it's really just kind of, I feel like being busy and having a lot to do helps me be motivated more to do things. And I really am the kind of person that I cannot really relax until I get the things done I need to. So that's why I need to make myself a schedule and say, okay, I need to do this. And then once these things are checked off, then I can kind of relax and get ready for the next day. But I definitely am busy during the week and try to take the weekends to kind of relax and get away from everything for a little bit. So
definitely makes sense that you go to Edinboro University for those who strive, because you seem to have a drive to make sure to get things done. So I'm glad to see that virtual learning is not dampened that spirit that you have. So I'm definitely glad to hear that. And I'd also like to thank you for joining me today. That's all the time that we have. But I'm so glad that I was able to talk to you today, and we'll see you all on the next episode of The Learning Curve.